At 6 in the morning, your closed door starts scratching. A paw slides through the gap underneath. The person who buys food sleeps elsewhere. So why is your cat waiting for you? The answer begins with something more important than dinner. Your cat is checking who makes the world feel predictable. That sounds like affection, but it works more like safety. In 2019, Kristen Vitale and her Oregon State University team tested that bond. A cat entered an unfamiliar room beside its owner. There were plain walls, a hard floor, and no familiar smells. After 2 minutes, the owner stood and left. The door closed behind them. Some cats froze, cried, or paced near the exit. Then the owner returned and sat down. The cats with the clearest bond did something revealing. First, they approached their person and made contact. Then they turned away and explored the room again. That second action mattered most. Their person was not simply a walking food bowl. The person made an uncertain room feel safe enough to explore. Roughly 2 out of 3 cats showed this pattern. Adult cats showed a similar pattern to kittens. But the test revealed what the bond does, not how it begins. Why does one person become that source of safety? That laboratory pattern maps directly onto your hallway at home. Your cat hears a crash and disappears beneath the bed. Someone calls, shakes treats, and reaches underneath. The cat stays hidden. Then you enter, speak once, and sit nearby. Your cat slides out and begins checking the room. You are not the entertainment in that moment. Your presence changes how risky the room appears. But this closeness did not begin as simple obedience. Long ago, farming villages in the Near East stored grain in pits and jars. The grain drew mice, and the mice drew wildcats nearby. Cats that tolerated passing people could remain near those hunting grounds. They controlled the distance, just as cats still do. A burial on Cyprus shows how personal that connection became. Archaeologists found a human grave roughly 9,500 years old. About half a meter away, a cat lay in another pit. Both bodies faced the same direction. Cats were not native to Cyprus. Someone had carried that particular cat across open sea by boat. That was more than keeping a useful hunter nearby. It showed a close connection between one person and one cat. That old burial helps explain the choice happening in your house. Closeness works because your cat agrees to it repeatedly. The cat approaches, checks your response, and decides whether to remain. Yet that raises a sharper question. When does a cat first learn that a person feels safe? The first lessons arrive while a kitten is tiny. A calm person lifts it, supports its body, then releases it. Another person offers a hand and waits. Nothing hurts, nothing traps it, and the kitten stays nearby. Those small encounters can shape later responses to people. Veterinary guidance places the main social learning period around 2 to 7 weeks. This is called a sensitive period. Safe experiences can leave an especially strong mark during those weeks. Think of a doorway standing especially wide early in life. Learning remains possible later, but it may require more time. There is no exact countdown shared by every kitten. Individual kittens can respond differently, even with similar handling. This early rule becomes visible when your cat meets a visitor. A gently handled kitten may approach several unfamiliar hands. A kitten with little human contact may treat reaching as danger. It retreats beneath a chair, although the hand carries food. The food is appealing, but the movement still feels risky. Watch what happens when someone new reaches too quickly. Your cat may approach first, then jump backward from the hand. That movement separates curiosity from permission. Early experience sets a starting point, not a permanent verdict. Later safe contact can still change what your cat expects. However, this only explains why unfamiliar people may feel risky. Your cat can identify you before anyone reaches down. So what gives you away first? Before touching you, your cat often performs a quick inspection. It pauses, sniffs, and presses its cheek against your leg. Glands around the face leave chemical signals during that rub. These signals are called facial pheromones. In simple terms, your cat adds familiar scent information to you. Calling this ownership misses the useful part. The rubbing helps make a person and place smell familiar. Scent tells your cat that you belong in this setting. Yet smell is only one part of the decision. Your voice, movements, timing, and reactions also provide information. Your cat learns what usually follows each approach. Does your hand wait or grab? Do you stop when the cat leaves? Does your arrival bring calm movements or sudden surprises? Each answer makes you easier or harder to predict, but perhaps food still explains the final choice. In 2017, Oregon State University researchers tested that possibility directly. Each cat could choose between food, a toy, scent, or human interaction. The cats set the ranking through their own choices. The result weakened the food bowl explanation. Most participating cats preferred direct human interaction as a category. Food came next. Although individual preferences varied, the experiment did not prove every cat prefers attention over dinner. It showed that food does not automatically create favorite person status. That research maps onto one ordinary moment in your home. One person fills the bowl but reaches whenever the cat passes. You wait, respond consistently, and stop when contact ends. Your cat may choose you because your attention remains under its control. But the exchange does not only change your cat. One special sound may change your response first. A purr is not always one sound. Some purrs hide a second voice. It is higher and almost cry-like. The hidden note appears during certain requests. Researchers call this a solicitation purr. It is not present in every purr. In 2009, Karen McComb led a University of Sussex study. Cat owners recorded their own cats inside familiar homes. One recording captured relaxed purring when nothing was requested. Another captured purring while the cat actively requested food. Listeners heard those recordings without seeing the cats. They rated the request purrs as more urgent and less pleasant. Then the researchers changed the recordings. They removed only the higher, cry-like part from matching purrs. The urgency dropped. The low rumble had not created that pressure alone. The hidden cry had changed how listeners responded. Its pitch overlaps with a key feature found in infant cries. That kind of sound can quickly pull attention toward an urgent need. This does not prove your cat understands human empathy. It does not reveal a tiny mastermind planning each performance. The findings suggest something simpler. The sound may activate your sensitivity to caregiving signals. Your cat can press a button you never knew existed. That experiment maps onto the purr beside your bed. You hear a slight urgency and respond before examining why. Perhaps you open the door, move over, or check the bowl. You become the person who notices small requests most reliably. The cat then has a reason to direct more signals toward you. Once you hear that hidden note, ordinary purring sounds different, but sound alone still cannot maintain the bond. Now your cat enters a room filled with talking visitors. Someone leans forward and reaches immediately. Your cat curves around that hand without stopping. Then it pauses near you. Its nose lifts for one brief check. You stay still and leave the next move open. The cat closes the distance, brushes your ankle, and settles nearby. Across the room, the food bowl remains untouched. This no longer looks like a popularity contest. You can watch the decision being built. The visitor's approach carries uncertainty. Yours carries a history of predictable responses. Your smell is familiar, and your movements rarely bring sudden trouble. You notice when contact begins and accept when it ends. You also respond when a small request sounds different. None of these signals works alone. Together, they answer the question your cat keeps asking. What will happen if I move closer? With you, the likely answer feels safe. That does not mean your cat dislikes everyone else. It means you are currently easier to read. Being chosen is not one grand moment. It is many small exchanges becoming safe enough to repeat, and that changes the paw beneath your door. It is 6 in the morning again. The paw still waits beneath your door. Now the food bowl explains only part of that choice. Your cat remembers how life usually feels around you. Your familiar sense says you belong here. Your timing says that contact remains optional. Your responses keep sudden surprises small. Food may begin an interaction, but it cannot manufacture trust. Trust forms when tiny promises keep being honored. Then one person becomes the safest answer in the house. Your cat's apparent indifference was never simple coldness. It was careful attention aimed with remarkable precision. But your cat is not the only one steering a response. Why can another person's tiny action move your body before you choose? Your cat can trigger a response before you notice, but another person can do it with one yawn. See why your body copies them on screen now. Subscribe to Where Why Begins for more strange reasons behind ordinary experiences.